confirms the look of skin, rehydrates and boosts luminosity. New Age Perfect Serum by L'Oreal.
Well, as the cost of living increases and our paychecks shrink, or in some cases disappear, managing our budgets can drive up our stress levels. Well, there's an easy way to reduce that stress just a little bit. Change what's in your fridge. Sue Mah, a dietitian and nutritional expert, joins us to tell us more. Hi, Sue.
Hello, thank you.
This is exciting. First of all, let's talk about the impact that stress has on Canadians right now.
Well, stress is our body's reaction to any sort of psychological or physical challenge, and anything can cause us stress. Deadlines, exams, income tax time, a sick child, anything can cause us stress, but the foods we eat can help us better cope and deal with our stress.
Okay, you brought lunch here, so let's go through some of these foods, and particularly the ones that we should really be eating right now and why they help reduce stress.
Well, let's start over here. I've brought some nuts, some almonds, pine nuts, peanuts. All types of nuts are amazing sources of magnesium. And when we're stressed, our body gets depleted of magnesium. So we want to make sure that we snack on some nuts every single day. Also, when we're chronically stressed, the hormone cortisol rises. It goes into overdrive, and magnesium helps to temper that a bit.
Okay, and that also puts weight on you too, the cortisol.
Well, yeah, it can. So you've got to exercise too. Now, the second important nutrient is zinc. And you can find zinc in beans, peas, lentils, some lean meats. And you know, Canadians are just not eating enough beans and lentils and chickpeas and that sort of thing. So if we can have 3/4 cups of beans twice a week, that will give us some zinc, and include some lean meats, that will give us some zinc. And zinc helps to boost white blood cell production, which is important for the immune system.
Okay, all right.
Probiotics, a huge nutrition buzzword.
Yeah.
Now, stress can have a toll on our immune system. It can weaken our immune system and make us more susceptible to colds and viruses and that sort of thing. Probiotics are those healthy, good, live bacteria that can have health benefits. And one bottle of the Dan Active gives you 10 billion counts of a lactobacillus bacteria that helps to strengthen your body's natural defenses. So probiotics are a big thing these days. Certainly something to put in your groceries.
Sorry, are there any natural foods that contain probiotics, or is it something that has to be added to a food?
It's usually added to a food, right. And there are different types of probiotics, different strains. The Lactobacillus casei defensis, which is in Dan Active, has that effect on the immune system. Other probiotics may help with digestion, lactose intolerance, etc. Whole grain breads. Okay, you have to have the whole grain breads and cereals, because when you go to the white stuff, it removes the magnesium and the zinc. So choose whole grain breads and cereals, pastas whenever you can. Salmon, #1 for omega-3 fats. That DHA, important fat, important for the brain and the vision, but also helps to improve your mood. And you know, when you're stressed, you tend to be in a bad mood. So having salmon for supper might be a good idea.
To my coworkers or something.
And then finally, fruits and vegetables. You can't go wrong. Red peppers for vitamin C, blueberries for anthocyanins, spinach for magnesium as well as lutein, sweet potatoes for beta-carotene. Important because the antioxidants help to fight the damage that's done to our cells from stress.
Through the stress. Now, we were talking off camera a little bit about the sweet potatoes as opposed to yams. They are two different things.
We tend to use them synonymously, but they're not. The sweet potato, if you prick back the skin, you'll notice that the sweet potato is brilliantly orange, and that's because of the beta-carotene. If you peel the skin of a yam, it's sort of a light yellowy color, and it just doesn't have the same amount of beta-carotene as the sweet potato.
Okay, now, we've talked about all the good foods that we can eat. List off a couple of foods that we should avoid.
Okay, top 2 things to avoid when you're stressed. Too much caffeine. Coffee's okay. It gives you a kickstart. It gives you the energy. It's a stimulant. But 400 milligrams is the maximum that we should have. And you know what that is? That's 4 little cups of coffee.
Wow.
Not the mugs or the travel cups.
Just the small ones.
And
what's the second thing we should avoid?
Alcohol.
Okay,
again, we reach to alcohol for stress. So one drink a day if you're female, 2 drinks a day if you're male. And after that, try something else.
Okay. Some good tips. Thank you very much for that. Some foods that you should eat to bust your stress, and foods to avoid. Caffeine, alcohol. Thanks a lot, Sue.
Thank you.
Well, still ahead, laughter can be the best medicine. Just ask a woman who was hit in the head with a golf ball by a famous comedian. We'll tell you more coming up next.